Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Park Hills, Missouri, where we're going to bring you the St. Gen Park Hills high school football game here tonight. And it has been an absolute cluster here to get started. Never know what you're going to get when you come on the road, but we are live just in time for kickoff for your 4-0 St. Gen Dragons facing off against the 4-0 Park Hills Central Rebels. Big game not just for the MAFC conference, but also big game for district standings, as we'll get to here in a little bit. Central won the toss. They elected to defer, so St. Gen will get the ball first. St. Gen once again without Caden Fly and Wyatt Springcamper. Some of the younger kids are really going to have to step up tonight. We'll get to that starting lineup here in a minute. Sorry we didn't have time to get that to you before the game started. And there's the kick, and we are underway. And there's the return by Aiden Butcher. Aiden Butcher to the outside. Sorry about the windows. We're going to have to deal with it. So St. Gen's offense is going to come out on the field. 4 out of 5 returning starters from last year. Schweigert has stepped in well to fill the spot left by Dale Probst last year. And Aiden Boyer is going to lead the charge at the quarterback position. And it looks like they're going to go 5 wide. We expect to see sort of a battle of wills here tonight as St. Gen's going to try to control the clock, run the ball. Central's really going to throw the ball around the field. And we're going to see which game plan plays out best here tonight, as Aiden runs a little fly sweep fake to Devin Fly, and he takes the counter play up the middle for about 4 yards. So nice start there for St. Gen, good solid gain, and they'll have the ball 2nd and 6 from the 33-yard line. Still trying to catch my breath here, trying to get everything squared away. Aiden Butcher to Boyer's left. Oh, and then Tucker Reed over here at the split end position jumped. That's going to be a 5-yard penalty for St. Gen. Oh, said St. Gen's or Central's defensive line jumped first. So that'll be 2nd down and 3. Good break there for St. Gen. There's a little play action fake. Nice little pitch and catch there from Boyer to Fly. Fly with about 6 yards. And that'll be a quick first down for St. Gen as they move to 6 here in the first quarter. My kids worked hard this week getting together all kinds of graphics and all kinds of stuff for this broadcast. Had some videos ready for you. And in true fashion, none of it is working. We had to reset everything, and we lost everything that we had downloaded. So we're just going to have to deal with the camera footage here. Aiden at shotgun, nobody by his side. Butcher comes around on the motion. Butcher cuts up inside. Butcher good for 11 yards. Nice run there by Aiden Butcher. Good job up front by the line. And I think right now you're looking at a 2-deep shell for Central. I think the chess match is going to be how long they're going to stay in that 2-deep shell. Eventually, I think you're going to see them bring players up into the box, and then you'll see things open up on the outside for St. Gen. So it'll be a constant chess match in the same way on the other side, as they're going to start out pitching the ball around the field, trying to open up the running game, and we'll see how St. Gen's defense adjusts as well. Their little run pass option. Aiden had Jacob Johns over here on the outside, had the option to run it, decided to pitch it out, and a little high on that toss, and that's going to bring up a 2nd and 10. At halftime, we'll try to get rid of these windows. Not sure there's anything we can do at this point. All right, so we got 2 up backs here for St. John. This is a formation we expected to see. St. John's really going to try to take advantage of their experienced offensive line here tonight. Really try to pound the ball, work some clock as Boyer goes to the left, and he runs for about 2 yards. And inside of Central Territory, they're going to have 3rd down and 8, so probably 4 down territory, at least if they can get a few yards here. And we'll see what Coach Schmelv has in store here, whether he wants to run the ball or throw the ball. Aiden's had a very solid year throwing the ball this year, but also a big running threat, and Aiden Butcher's had a wonderful season so far. So lots of options here for Coach Balzer. As he rolls to the right, looks deep, and there's a throw down, wide open, and that's Tucker Reed, and we're at the window. Brought down at the 2, so it's going to be 1st and goal as Tucker, once again, Aiden keeps saying he's going to get him in the end zone this week, He keeps trying. He gets a little bit closer every week, but that's a big 44-yard gain there for Tucker. And nice throw by Aiden. Good job by the offensive line. Really sealing that edge on the sprint out. And it's going to be 1st and goal for St. John. And Butcher is met in the hole, and he's going to lose a couple yards there. So it's going to be 2nd goal from the 5. This is where it gets tight for St. John without the 2 big receivers on the inside. Not quite the threats that they would have had, and teams really sort of bottle things up on the inside, put 8 or 9 guys in the box, and make it tough for Butcher and Boyer running the ball. So we'll see if they can be creative in the passing game and get some people open using some pick plays and things like that. There's the motion. Fake to the fly sweep, and again, Boyer is brought down at about the 11-yard line. And again, you just don't have those weapons on the inside like we're used to, and it allows the defense to be a lot more aggressive playing that run game, trying to shut things down. All right, so 3rd and goal, ball on the 11. Motion again to Devin Fly. There's the fake, across the middle to the back of the end zone and tipped. And it looks like this may be field goal territory here, 4th and goal, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to bring in Bryant Schwint to attempt the field goal here. It's going to be about a 28-yarder. Bryant's had a great year so far, really consistent kicker. Boyer's going to do the holding. There's a snap, good hold. Kick is up. Kick is good. And that's going to be a 3-0 lead for St. John as they go down the field. They get on the scoreboard and unable to convert inside the 10-yard line, but Brian Schwick comes through with the field goal. And that's a good start there for the St. John offense as their defense now is going to get ready to come out and see if they can stall the Central offense. Central offense, a lot of weapons on the outside. They got about 6 or 7 receivers that they funnel in and out. Joe Bryant is their number 1 target, no doubt. Really good receiver on the inside. They'll get the ball to him on a lot of jet sweep action. And then they got Jackson Jones playing tonight. I'm not sure if we'll see him on offense. He's got a bum leg, kind of on a pitch count, so to speak, with snaps that he's going to see tonight. They're, I'm sure, going to try to play him on defense as much as they can, and we'll see how much offense he plays. But he's typically their tailback in that spread formation. And there is a kickoff that's returned to the 21-yard line. Good coverage there by St. John. And Central will take over on their first possession of the night. 1st and 10 from their own 21-yard line.
Welcome back at the Dawkins Sports Network. We are 7 minutes, 55 seconds to go here in the first. That's about 4 minutes into kickoff here in the first quarter. And the Rebels start with possession on their own.
So 3-0 game. 21-yard line. Kason Murphy is the quarterback. He's a junior. Very accurate quarterback. Sorry, he's a sophomore. And there's a bad snap right off the bat, and he is swallowed up in the backfield, and that's a loss of about 8 yards. 2nd down and 18. Good start there for St. John. Not what you're looking for if you're Central there, as the snap bounced back there, and Murphy unable to control it before he's brought down.
Coach Pope really applying the pressure on defense, sending the heat, making his backers split through the A-gap, and of course the bot snap also takes the seconds off the play.
Here's the
if there's a bot snap, your brain immediately
3-2 look here for St. John, and roll out to the left. Oh, good job. Nice job. Great pursuit there, and one of the advantages that our coaching staff was really hoping to exploit tonight was our defensive line against the Central offensive line. Our defensive line is really physical. They get after it. You know, the downfall is that sometimes maybe they're too aggressive, but they're going to chase down the play, and they did a really good job there of pursuing and containing and not letting Murphy get outside. There's a throw to the outside, little screen pass. We expect to see a lot of that tonight. Harlow breaks it down close to the first down, but he's going to be about 2 yards short, it looks like. Oh, man, that's close. I think they're going to mark it about a yard short. And this is a big decision here for Central. Don't jump if you're the Dragons. It's going to be 4th down and 1 after a gain of 21 yards there for Harlow. And St. John's defense big down here. We'll see if Central wants to actually run a play here. Looking to their wristbands as they get the call from the sideline. Motion to the tight end side. And they're going to run it up the middle with Murphy. Murphy bounces it out. Ooh. That's tough for St. John. Had him bottled back. 3rd and 22. Gave up 21 on the 3rd down play. And then Murphy bounces it outside, gets the first down. And we got a hold on Central. Huge call. And that's going to bring up 4th and 11, and they're going to have to punt the ball here. Big break there for St. John as they're going to get the ball back now here in the first quarter. 5:38 to go, a little over halfway through the first quarter. St. John's playing their defense up, so giving them the punt here and the roll. Ooh, and that's a good punt. That's going to bounce a long way. And you can do that when you don't have anybody back. You just want to get rid of it, keep it low to the ground, and let it roll. So that's a huge shift in field position, going from one 15-yard line to the other 15-yard line. That's the 70-yard swing. So that's one of those things you don't want to risk. You don't want to risk giving up a fake punt, but when you're pinned that deep in your own territory, you know, you don't want to give that much field position away. But we're trying to work around this window here. There's a snap and the handoff to Butcher. Butcher finds a hole. Finds that guard tackle hole over there on the right side of the line. Good job. Good movement there on the offensive line, and he gets about 5 yards. So It's half the distance there, and it's going to be 2nd and 5 from the 22.
I can't remember who their running back was last year off the top of my head. He was very good too. And Butcher's filling in so far. And he's had a fantastic season. St. John.
So as they go to the heavy lineup here, 2 up backs with a tight end wing position to the left, and Butcher again. This time he runs away from that heavy formation, gets about 2 yards, and that'll bring up 3rd and 3 as St. John's going to continue to pound it and try to get yards on the ground.
We're about 2nd and 4 with 4:30 to go here in the first quarter, and maybe the Dragons try to just apply pressure and just run it up the middle.
That's what I was thinking. Seeing them come out really throwing the ball, moving quickly. I think they know where they're at throwing the ball. Maybe come out trying to run a little bit, see if you can control that clock a little bit.
Yeah, I think. I'm trying to think of what other schools I've seen. I've seen Central, North County.
So the call's coming in from the sideline.
But St. John, number 1, the best. Hillsborough was really good too. St. John, the best team I've seen in this area.
And there's the throw from Boyer, and that falls incomplete as he got hit as he was throwing.
Nobody there. Not a man inside.
And that's going to bring up a 4th down, and now it looks like St. John's going to have to punt here on 4th and medium, deep in their own end. So with 4 minutes left here in the first quarter, 3-0 lead for St. John as they look to punt away and give Central their 2nd possession of this first quarter. There's the snap. There's the kick. Punt's up. It's going to roll a little bit and picked up. Didn't break down there on the punt return and missed tackle. And he's cutting to the outside. He's got a lot of room, and he's going to score. Just missed tackle, didn't break down. Miscues there by St. John punt coverage. Had a couple opportunities and just unable to tackle Murphy as he's going to score the first touchdown of the game. And that's going to put Central up 6-3. Devin Fly had the first opportunity, was down there, just didn't break down, overran, and then somebody missed the tackle. I didn't see who that was, but just not sound football there by the St. John punt return or punt coverage team, and they paid dearly for that one. So after a really good series, special teams lets them down a little bit here, but now it's up to the offense to pick them up a little bit on this next possession. That's a nice extra point there for Central, and they're up 7-3.
7-3 on the turntables. And we'll take actually, we'll keep it right here because last time we took a break and they kicked it off really fast. First, we're going to keep it here as the kick team comes out for the St. John Dragons and the kick team comes out for the Rebels. Joe Bryant scores in about 10 seconds. He's got so much speed on that Rebel team.
Sorry, that was Bryant on that return, not Murphy. All right, so we'll see if St. John can bounce back here after the punt return score for Central.
Exactly. I'm double teaming Joe Bryant. That's what I'm doing. I'm putting my 2 fastest corners on Joe Bryant, and we're going to make sure if we're going to lose, if I'm St. John, if I lose the game, I'm going to lose the game with Joe Bryant getting no scores on offense and 10 points.
There's the kickoff, and that's brought up by Aiden Butcher. Gets through, and a fumble. Rough sequence there for St. John. So 2 special teams miscues there for St. John, and now Central has the opportunity here. They just changed the ruling on the field, and St. John is going to keep their offense on the field. Huge break there for St. John. Again, we're trying to work around this window here. Sorry, not trying to make you guys dizzy, just trying to get us in position while there's no movement on the field. So we're going to have twins to both sides of the field. Take that back. We got cat formation here as we got 3 to the left and 2 to the right. Boyer by himself in the backfield. We'll see if they motion anybody to support him. And here comes Butcher from the right side, motions to the left, fly sweep. He's got room on the left side, and he's going to get another good gain there, 6 yards. St. John moving the ball on the ground. Had the big pass play to Tucker Reed early on that first drive. But they do have some room up front. Those guys up front are making some holes, moving some people. And one of the keys to this game for the coaching staff was to control the clock. And that's what I think you're going to see them really try to do here after that punt return. Aiden rolls to his right, throws it wide open receiver. That's Tucker Reed. Tucker, he's going to get 20 yards, and he's got 58 yards on 2 catches here early in this first half. So we got some room in the backfield as they started to bring that safety up. Looking like they got a lot of man coverage going on. Started the game in zone, made a quick adjustment, and St. John's coming back with the counter adjustment here by putting the ball up in the air. This time back to a 2 deep shell look. 2 linebackers. And there's the motion back behind Boyer. Boyer looks to throw again. He escapes to the right side, throws on the run, and incomplete. Intended for Jacob Johns over there. Good job by Aiden to feel the pressure, roll out, avoid the sack, gave himself a chance. Big play here for St. John, 2nd and 10. They are inside Central Territory, so again, it's one of those situations. If you can get a few yards, give yourself a chance on 4th down. You probably take that chance, but if you don't gain any yards here, you almost got to punt it away. Sorry, it's 2nd down.
They love to run their motion offense. Let's see if they send Butcher to run a screen pass. It looks like we're going to get a timeout for St. John if there's miscommunication.
Timeout there for St. John. So with 2 minutes left, 2 minutes and 16 seconds, I've gotten spoiled with the video technology we now have at St. John. Didn't have to look at the score clock at all. Now I have to look at the score clock. So from this angle, it's not easy to do. But I do want to apologize. I know there was a lot of people disappointed last week that there wasn't anybody up in the booth with homecoming. It was a busy time for a lot of us, and we had a lot of things going, and we didn't think it was fair to have the kids come up and broadcast during the homecoming game when that week's supposed to be about them. So we had the video technology, and we piped into Art Armbruster through the voice of the Dragons and let him send his PA call over the broadcast, and hopefully some of you got to watch it and enjoy it. And for those of you that were missing the cheerleaders and the Emeralds, we apologize. We'll have that back for you next week when we play Potosi. So St. John comes out of the timeout, 2nd down and 10. Tucker Reed over here to the right side of Aiden Boyer, split. Aiden Butcher in the backfield with Aiden Boyer. And then it looks like Reinhardt, Fly, and Jacob Johns trips to the left side. There's the snap and little fake. And again, that run pass option. He's going to fake it and get it to Devin Fly. Devin's going to reverse field. He's coming all the way across the other side of the field. trying to make people miss. He breaks a couple tackles, and he's going to end up getting back to the line of scrimmage. He ran a long way for no yardage, but looks like he took a hit there to the thigh, and he's going to be down. He gets up.
Oh, yeah, I see that about the 30.
And once again, we got a flag on the field.
Because St. John did have a lot of guys down there, too, blocking. So I guess we're
Illegal block in the back by St. John.
Did they say it was holding? What they say? I think it was a holding. It's a 10-yard penalty. That's going to put them back in, and it's going to stay second down.
St. John comes out here really starting.
Yeah, that call was 15 yards downfield on an illegal block, and Devin never crossed the line of scrimmage. So unusual to see that call that far downfield on a play that never got near that to that point of the field.
We could see a touchdown from Aiden Boyer here.
And again, we've got a conference.
45 yards and easily put this in the end zone. But Central got a deep safety, and Joe Bryant's going to be able to keep up with any man St. John has. That's why I think this game could potentially be really high scoring, or it's going to be a very defensive battle, and we're not going to see a bunch of points.
And of course, they're going to mark off 11 yards on a penalty,
It really has.
on a 10-yard penalty. So it's going to be second down and 21.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen both sides have flashes of greatness, and we've seen both sides have flashes of
Some things I'll never understand.
penalties on both sides so far have really hurt. Holding penalties on Central on fourth down, they would have had a first down, just killed their first drive. And here on St. John's second drive, penalties are pushing them back. They got shotgun formation, Butcher.
All right, Butcher goes in motion, fake the Butcher. Boyer looks deep. He's got a receiver, but he is undercut. Little bit underthrown there by Aiden and just picked off down there about the 20-yard line. Jacob had a step on him, but Bryant came off his receiver as that ball was in the air and undercut that throw. And now there's a flag on the play, and they'll pick that flag up.
Yeah, with the arm that he has, I expected that ball to go really deep. Joe Bryant took a perfect read on that ball.
Seen it coming, turns around, jumps up, perfect timing. Couldn't have been a better defensive play there.
I mean, what a play.
Oh, what is
The Rebels, their defense really showing out tonight against
Devin Flies really favoring that right leg,
55 points per game the St. John Dragons put up, and they trail by
and he is up in the face of that receiver. He's giving him no space. Hopefully he can jam him at the line of scrimmage and not let him by him.
gun formation.
As that inside receiver, a lot of space. There's the snap, low snap again, and defense breaks down this time. Good job by the defense, good pursuit. As again, that snap is low. It's going to bring up a second down and 15.
Yeah, Evan Weiss out there at center. He's had two bad snaps tonight for the Rebels. I believe that's Joe Bryant, actually, back there in the backfield for the Rebels. Gene Wagner and Kendall Horton here on the near side, and Cannon Harlow on the far side. Actually, no, Caden Casey, excuse me, on the far side for the Rebels. Shotgun formation. Casey
So here's a snap, roll out to the left for Murphy, and he hits in the flat. Good pass. He's going to get about 8 yards on that play. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 6. So right around midfield, again, this is a spot. You get it close on 3rd down, you get a chance to go for it on 4th down. So big play here for St. John to try to limit the yardage. Obviously, you want to keep from getting from allowing the first down, but you want to keep them from getting any sort of positive yardage here.
Definitely, and we haven't got to see a whole lot of St. John controlling the offensive side of the ball a lot. Been looking impressive so far.
The Central offense has done really good. St. John's defense hasn't really done anything. It's been penalties that have been killing this Rebel offense. Shotgun for the Rebels, getting their play call from Coach Schleitz, offensive coordinator and head coach.
Trips to the right here for Central.
Quarterback coach, or not Jake,
There's a run up the middle. Nice play.
up the middle for quarterback keeper Casey Murphy.
Good job there.
Quarterback coach, I believe, this year. If not him, it's going to be Jason Lane. I don't know which one has the title.
So it's going to bring up a 4th and 4. Don't jump all sides here if you're St. John. Get off the ball. That was Gabe Willett on that play. Nice tackle, Gabe. I have such a hard time reading these jerseys. They get tucked underneath their shoulder pads. Can't hardly tell the differences between 6s and 3s and 8s. But that'll be the end of the first quarter, 7-3. Very good, competitive first quarter. Mistake on punt return for St. John. A couple bad snaps for Central. Other than that, it's been a pretty crisp game. A couple penalty calls, but very balanced game. And should bode well for the next 3 quarters of entertaining football for those of you watching at home. Defensive line's done a good job so far. That 3-man front, Will Vaughn, Matthew Schmidt, Landon Thompson in the middle, and then Willett and Johns on the inside linebacker positions, making up that 5-man box that they have. And then the D-backs haven't really been tested really a whole lot so far. Surprisingly, Central has not thrown the ball as much as I expected coming into the game. So 4th down, 4 yards to go. They line up to go for it. Now they put Murphy back in punt formation, and kick is up and away. And it's going to hit down at the 15, and it's going to roll down inside the 10 to the 5 and to the 1. So good job by Central's punt team. Again, St. John, nobody back to receive. In that situation, it's a little more understandable, as that's definitely a threat for them to fake that punt or just flat out go for it. And nowadays, everybody runs their quarterback at their punter position, so they'll line up in their base formation, and then they'll back the punter off once they decide to kick it away. And by that time, it's a little late to put somebody back 20, 30 yards to receive a punt. So it's always a little chess match between the two coaches to try to figure out exactly what the options are and what either coach is willing to do. So either way, it's 1st and 10 from inside the 1-yard line for St. John. So we'll see if they can get a little breathing room here on 1st or 2nd down and then give themselves a chance to get that 1st down on the next plays. Goal here isn't necessarily to get that 1st down right off the bat. You just want to give yourself a little bit of space, a little room for error, and get out of the shadow of your own goalpost there. Try to get in a position I can see, because right now I can't. All right, Boyer gets it back of the end zone. They're going to throw it. They had Tucker Reed wide open over there on the right side. See if they come back to that look, as Central had the box stacked, thinking that they were going to try to run the ball, looking for a safety possibly. And they do not come back in that same formation. They're now 2 by 2, it looks like. A while ago, they had to split in by himself over on the left side. My face gets in the way, ignore it. Oh, and there's the safety right there. That's going to be 9-3. That was a big play by the Central special teams there to pin St. John back inside the 1-yard line.
Beautiful execution, Mason Murphy hitting him at the 1. I understand the run, want to get out of that back of the end zone. But the way
So after the safety, St. John's going to kick off from their own 20-yard line. Brian Schwinn's going to kick her deep. You want to try to avoid Joe Bryant here for sure. Looks like he's going to be lined up deep on the right side. But a lot of weapons back there for Central.
I mean, you're at the one. You have 4 plays. Well, 3. You have 3 plays to pass it and get out of there. You have one of the best quarterbacks in the area, in Aiden Boyer. One of the best throwing quarterbacks, I should say, and most athletic. And then, you do get the 4th down, punt away. Then the Rebels. You won't be able to hit them, but
And there's the kickoff, taken at about the 22-yard line.
got blockers down the field.
And it's going to be returned inside of St. John territory to about the 48. So going to be a short field here for Central after the safety. And Central's looking to extend to a 2-possession lead here at the beginning of the second quarter.
Maybe this Central team is just back to the game in this area. They lost a lot last
So 1st and 10. Murphy back to throw the ball. He throws deep, little fade route, and that is a perfect ball.
What a catch on the far side.
And a good catch. Yeah, good catch, but Murphy could not have thrown the ball any better. Perfect coverage out there by the cornerback.
Man, that was great.
I couldn't believe where it dropped right into his hands. I mean, you could not have perfected a pass any better than that so far. You know, we're talking about on the opposite of the ball. That was a great throw.
And now it's going to be 1st and 10 from about the 14-yard line for Central.
Separation created from Caden Casey. He had to step on his man. We're going to get a direct snap here for the Rebels. He's got
And Murphy's going to bounce it outside. He's going to score as he gets to the pylon. And it is going to be 15-3 with a PAT pending here. We'll see if they want to go for 2 here. Up by 12. Looks like that's what they're going to do.
15 unanswered points, pinning an extra point here.
Yeah, showing off that speed around him. That's what we were talking earlier.
So, good start by St. John. Drove down the field. Had a couple first downs on their second possession and just had some bad plays on special teams. And now they find themselves in a 15-3 hole as Central has changed their mind and have decided to kick again. And the PAT is good, and that makes it 16-3. Scores from around the area. Potosi's up 12-7 over Fredericktown. Farmington 37-0 over TDW Academy. That's one of the magnet schools up in St. Louis public school system. Grandview up 7-0 over Perryville. Valley Catholic early 19-7 lead over St. Vincent. Windsor and DeSoto still scoreless. No score updates there. Festus Hillsborough, big rivalry game there. That's still scoreless. And North County Battle, no score there. I'm not sure if there's been any updates from out there yet. So we'll keep you posted on those local games. Some good games tonight. Festus and Hillsborough should be a good one. Battle in North County should be a good one. St. Vincent and Valley Catholic both ranked in state, but St. Vincent Class 1, so be interesting. All right, so here's the kickoff as St. John gets their 4th possession of the game, and that's returned by Butcher, and Butcher gets up past the 30 to the 34-yard line before he's brought down. Good return there by Aiden Butcher. So this is a very important possession here for St. John, for their offense. Sort of rebound, keep the defense off the field. See if they can have some success running the ball here. Get back to the game plan going in. Central back to their 2 deep shell. And there's the run to Butcher, and boy, Central was all over that one. Linemen did not hold their blocks on that particular play, and Central had about 3 guys in the backfield. So we'll see if St. John can rebound. Right now they look to be down early in the game, getting on their blocks, staying on their blocks. That play, not so much. So need to pick themselves up by the bootstraps and get back in this game mentally. Trips on the left side, and there's a rollout to the left, and that's underthrown as Devin was wide open going down the sideline, but well underthrown there by Aiden. That's a tough throw for a quarterback, especially a right-handed quarterback. Rolling out, sprinting out to the left like that, having to throw against his body. It's hard to get anything on it, and it's extra hard to throw it with accuracy. So we'll see if maybe they'll come back to that play and that route combination a little later, but only do it to the right side, give Aiden a little better shot at it. So 3rd down and long. Boyer bobbled that snap. Looked like we're going to get a timeout right before the snap. St. John's faced a lot of adversity the last few weeks. They've had a couple games where they weren't very competitive. They played Afton, then they played Orchard Farm. Last week they played Fredericktown. Won all those games handily. And had some things happen along the way, some injuries, some misfortune, and you wondered how they would respond when they kind of got punched in the mouth a little bit. And I think now we're going to find that out. We're going to see how mentally tough this team is and see if they can respond here through the rest of this first half and the rest of tonight's game.
Skill gap is just off the charts. Valley Catholic is that team. They are every year. Chase Fowler, though, didn't look that good the way I thought he was. Chase Fowler's good. He's a great quarterback. Absolutely. But he didn't look good against Fredericktown. Maybe he was just having an off night.
Okay, so trips right here on 3rd and long for St. John.
Keep up with Valley Catholic.
Butcher to Boyer's left. He motions out to the strong side. And Boyer looks like he's going to step up and run, see if he can get outside. He cannot. Oh, and the ball's out and scooped up by Central. They didn't. I don't know that they blew the whistle yet, did they? I don't know that they ever did blow the whistle. That was the opposite of an inadvertent whistle. There was no whistle, but the refs were spotting the ball. One of the refs was coming in from the side, spotting the ball. Holy moly. This will be interesting. There was definitely not a whistle on that play, and the side judge was letting him play on. And it looked like the white hat was trying to spot the ball and wave his arms. So it's going to be Park Hill's ball. It's going to go down as a fumble and a recovery for Central. They're going to say there was an inadvertent whistle when in fact it was the opposite. There was no whistle, but an inadvertent stopping of the play. So that's a break for St. John, as that could have very easily been ruled a touchdown for Central, as that ball was never fully recovered. Which in that case, I guess, technically should be St. John's ball after an inadvertent whistle.
room to work. Downfield and wide open. Kittle.
There's a touchdown pass to the corner of the end zone. Did you get that?
Here's a who.
I don't know if you guys could see that because of the position we're in the booth, but that was a touchdown pass wide open in the corner of the end zone to Kendall Horton from Murphy. So what looked to be a promising start for the Dragons has turned south quickly, as it's now 22-3.
Getting an extra point could make this a 20-point ball game with 10 to go in the second.
Yeah, you got to get this first half asserted, get your points up.
Yeah.
Because if you go into halftime, I don't know what Hope says to them in half, but they may come out ready to play in halftime. This is the St. John team that could very well make a run.
And you never know, Central could get up 35 in the second half now. The rule is if you're up by 35 in the third quarter, it's a running clock. It's a new rule implemented this year, I assume, because last year it wasn't like that.
Yeah, Central playing.
Looks like we got an excessive celebration penalty on Central.
Some sloppy plays came out this second.
Not sure how that's going to be enforced here, if they're going to enforce it on the kickoff. I would think they'd have an option to do it on the PAT, which I would think they would take, but
Yeah, I don't know the exact.
I don't know if they were given that option or not. So we're going to kick the PAT from their normal spot at the 2.5-yard line, snap it back to the 10,
I mean, 17 from Central
and
High School.
snap is good, hold is good, and the whistle blew again before the kick.
Near side, and that's going to be declined, and the kick is good. Okay, they were waving this, but it was declined. That's when he was doing that. Then he rose his hands. Field goal's good. 23-3, the lead for the Rebels. 20-point deficit. Can the Dragons
I don't even know what these signals are.
this? Now, here on the Doctrine Sports Network.
They're not the Misha signals that the refs are given.
Nothing what I expected.
But that's my fault, because as far back as I can remember, whenever I came in the year, record count came in and it was undefeated. First time. Seriously, like they were the team like.
All right, so this is, we said it about the last possession, I'll say it again. This is about as big a possession for St. John as you can get. If they don't get points on the board, or at least get some sort of sustained offense here to regain some momentum, it's going to be a long night here for the Dragons. Came into this game expecting to be able to run the ball,
Back in the Doctrine Sports Network is
and started that way,
10 minutes.
but has not been that way here since halfway through the first quarter, as they're now going to mark off the penalty.
A big 20-point lead on, and you don't want to be trailing if you're the enemy team. Because
Looks like they're going to mark it back to the 25, so 15-yard penalty on that unsportsmanlike call after the touchdown.
Fan base every week, but it's amplified on top of that this week. Yeah. Then you come out, you have some huge plays on defense, and then the offense gets hyped up. You're seeing them put points on the board. This is a crazy game.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen fans here. I've seen fans, at least in Central before, get warnings from the referees because they're so loud or screaming at the referees. The referees have to get the crowd going, and you know the fans aren't going to be happy about that. So the fans are just going to keep jarring at the referees.
Oh, yes.
And the team, the players are like, "Hey, Dad, Mom, calm down. You keep giving us penalties. We're going to lose this football game."
I know as someone who's a spectator often at Central, you can assume two things. You're going to play a tough team, and the fans are going to be loud, and that's a given at each game.
Yep. And the good thing is, these local schools are so close to each other. There's still a decent amount of away fans over there. It's really quiet on the Dragon side.
It is, and with them having such a standout season, I think this is surprising.
I think if you're a St. John fan, 4-0, you're expecting we're going to win the division.
There's the kick. They kick it on the ground. Jacob Johns fields it at the 40, and he fumbles. And looks like St. John got it back, luckily, I think. Oh, now it looks like it. Oh, they did get it back. So right at midfield. Boy, that would have been catastrophic there for St. John, but
Jacob Johns that had it
escape disaster there, and now their offense comes back. Really good field position after the penalty and the short kickoff. So we'll see what St. John's offense can muster here. Had some openings deep around the sideline area there and early on. See if they try to go back to that. The running game looked good off tackle, both left side and right side early in the game, but it's closed down. And there's the snap, and there's the counter play. Bounces it to the outside, and that's Jack Farlow. He's going to get about 16 yards on that carry, and that's going to be a first down for St. John, as he made a good bounce out there, got outside the contained man, and was able to get quite a few yards there on first down. So we'll try it again. They've moved to that two-back look now with Farlow and Butcher on either side of Aiden. They run that triple option. Aiden pitches out to Butcher, and that pitch was very tight. The pitch relationship was a little closer than it probably should have been, and Aiden kind of pushed that ball out there instead of floating it out in front of Butcher, and Butcher unable to bring it in. So Dragons have to fall on it, lose about 7 yards in the process, and now it's going to be 2nd and 17, and once again St. John finds themselves behind the sticks. So we come out with twins to the left side, split in to the right, two running backs again. This time they keep it in the belly, and then they throw it to Jacob Johns. Interesting to see the adjustment there by Central, as St. John's now two in the backfield. They've kind of moved to more of a 4-3 look as opposed to their 4-2 look. Kind of bumped those linebackers over, still in a zone. So that should open up the outside receivers a little bit, especially on the two receiver side. You're able to run some route combinations as you got two receivers versus two defenders over there. Same formation here. Again, this time to the short side of the field on the left again. Looks like they're going to run man here. Run the counter play. Ooh, good cut up inside by Farlow. Farlow gets close to first down yardage. Not going to get there, but it's going to bring up 4th and manageable. 4th and about 2 at about the 30-yard line. So definitely a situation where Coach Pope's going to want to go for it here. Get a chance to try to draw them off sides, as Central's been prone to do over the years. Got a chance to, run the ball again with those counter plays. Or you can quick play action pass and toss here, as that's what they're going to do as Aiden rolls out. Good catch there by Butcher, and he's going to get the first down. That was a great catch by Aiden Butcher. Not an easy play. Coming off, fake that block. Ball was a little high from Aiden Boyer. And Aiden hauled it in with two hands and turned upfield, made sure he got that first down. Oh my gosh, and we have a penalty. Ineligible man downfield, as Butcher caught that ball maybe 1 yard past the line of scrimmage at best. Okay, the chains say 3rd down. I know it's 4th down. They fixed that. It's 4th down. Looks like it's like 4th and 4 after a 5-yard penalty. I don't know. Oh, Lord. Now they're going to move it back 2 yards. So now it's going to be 4th and about 7. Still probably going to go for it here in this position. Going to make it a lot more difficult conversion. They got man-man coverage out here on Devin Fly. See if they want to try to exploit that. They're going to roll to the right side instead, and Boyer looking to throw, and it is incomplete as he throws it out of bounds.
And the Rebels defense shows out again. They have not allowed
So Central's going to take back over. Good drive there by St. John, stalled out on that penalty.
Yeah, you know, that's where you get Central on their heels there. They stood tall, made a stop, needed that one. And once again, see Aiden Boyer roll out to the side there, makes an incomplete pass. I don't know if you
Just a cluster. There's just no flow to this game. The referees have taken away any sort of flow with their conferences and their
being forced out of pocket. I think that was the thing the Central Rebels saw.
inability to enforce penalties properly.
Shotgun formation for the Rebels. Strips to the near side. One man on the far side. I want to talk more about that uncomfortableness for
There's the snap. And all kinds of time for Murphy. He's looking deep, and here comes from the outside.
And it looked like it was going to be a loss of yards. Goes forward for a gain of 3.
Boy, he had a lot of time back there.
Back to making the quarterback feel uncomfortable.
Looked like he had some receivers going downfield that he had a chance to get the ball to, but decided to tuck it and run it. He got about 4 yards on the play.
And if you can make a center fielder uncomfortable, the way you do that, I mean, defensively you can't, but offensively you can make him, you find a way to make him feel uncomfortable in the box, maybe make him step back some, pressure him more on the inside pitch, but quarterback, you apply pressure on one side, make him go to the opposite side of his throwing arm. So if you're a left-handed quarterback, force him to his right. Make him throw.
There's the run, and he is up the middle, and he is going all the way to the 20-yard line. Just poor tackling there by St. John. Had their hands on him, couldn't bring him down. And Bryant's a good athlete. You gotta rally to the ball. You gotta gang tackle, and just not enough support there for St. John, and the guys that were there unable to wrap him up. Another bobbled snap there by Murphy, and he's throwing deep to the corner. And again, touchdown to the corner of the end zone. That's going to make it 29-3. So big run by Bryant, and then a touchdown connection from Murphy to Harlow, and that's going to make it a 29-3 game. Central going to line up to go for the PAT here, try to make it a 30-3 game. So PAT attempt, snap good, hold good, kick is good. 30-3. Halfway through the second quarter. I'm not sure what the adjustments are for St. John's defense. They're getting beat on the ground and they're getting beat in the air. Murphy's really good at getting the ball out. You blitz. You leave that one-on-one coverage against really athletic receivers on the outside. That's not particularly a good matchup. I think the coaching staff was hoping they could shut him down with a 5-6 man box depending on the formation, and so far that has not happened. So without being able to shut down their run, that kind of opens up everything else. And St. John finds themselves in a heck of a hole here.
I'll tell you what, Misha hasn't figured out they got Central State ranked for a reason. It's been a night.
There's the kick to the 20. They let it hit the ground. Nice bounce to Butcher. Oh, sorry, that's Farlow. And he gets to the 36. Decent return there by Jack Farlow.
And let's see if they can do something here with 6:02 to go in the second quarter. It's going to be a long first half. What feels like long, but we're only an hour into kickoff.
Yes.
It really hasn't been that long.
Something I'm noticing, Farlow takes that return, puts it upfield, moves the ball well.
Yeah.
He's a hard, fast runner. They're getting some success out of it. I think you realize that. You try whatever you can at this point.
Which they were trying to in their last possession, but on fourth down.
So St. John comes back with their heavy package. They got Jacob Johns as an up back.
Butcher with the first down. We got shotgun.
And then two backs, Farlow and Butcher. They run the little counter play with Farlow. Farlow gets inside, and he drives and gets ahead for about 3 yards.
Joe Bryant in on the tackle, as well as Jackson Jones, who broke his leg a few weeks ago.
Yeah, you get that big man fired up. It's a long night for St.
Oh, who said that one day? It was a one press conference, and one NFL player said it's going to be a long day.
That's right.
I don't know who it was, but somebody said it, and it just broke. It was just, everybody was like, oh my gosh.
I can tell you as a former player for Coach Jones, he gets you hyped up. I can only imagine if you live in a household with him, of how you would be ready to come to play.
If Coach Jones is coming to take the trash out, I'm not arguing.
That's right. I'll take it out today. Just let me know.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we got two to the right here. A little slot, split in, combination. Now they run the overload over there as they run Tucker Reed on the tight end. And hand it up to the middle, and he is hit right at the line of scrimmage, brought down. And
The Dragons can't do anything.
I think what St. John was hoping to be an advantage here with their offensive line has proven not to be the case. As Central's defensive front's playing good, their linebackers are really forcing the action and really coming up on the play.
Got to stop. Got the football back.
Safety's kind of creeping up a little bit, taking away the covering for those linebackers as they play a little more aggressive. So they're going to have to stretch them out either horizontally or vertically with the passing game. Devin Fly in motion across the formation. Tucker Reed at tight end. Jacob John, same side as Fly. Time they ran a double tight formation as Jaden Reinhardt was in at the opposite tight end, opposite of Tucker. As St. John uses their final timeout of the first half.
Josie Lumber Company, Coeur d'Alene Petting Zoo, ENT and Allergy, Southeast Missouri, and EBA Pro Shop in Potosi. Thanks to those lovely sponsors for us broadcast this game live at Central High School here in Park Hills, Missouri. And it has been completely one-sided after about the first possession of the St. John Dragons.
Yeah, you see Central's defense walking out there. They are all standing.
All right, so it's going to be 3rd and 9. About 5.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Looks like we're going to go trips to the right side now.
I honestly think St. John is now the second best team. I mean, other than Central, they're the best.
Split into the left.
And Central is just handling them with ease tonight here on home.
Boyer looks to throw. He finds the receiver. Good pass there to Tucker Reed as that's his 3rd catch for 70 yards.
Hit your short connections, find your guy, and they find him here. Tucker Reed once again a first down.
And again, that's going to be where you find your soft spots right now with the way Central's linebackers are coming up on that run fake. Run those route combinations, get those safeties backing off a little bit, and then hit underneath the safeties and behind the linebackers. I think that's going to be your best bet as an offense to try to expose those linebackers trying to come up and make big hits on that run game. And there's the run up the middle. That time found a little bit of room. That's Farlow again. He's going to get about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 yards as he falls forward. Good job there by Jack Farlow. And a good job by the offensive line. Really sticking with their blocks, driving their legs, pushing forward, even when it looked like the play was stopped. You go block to the whistle, block to the whistle, block to the whistle. And, that's what they did there. You preach it as a coach, and when you see it in action and kids actually follow through, it really it gets you excited as a team. So hopefully we can build off of that play there. Ooh, there, Farlow and Butcher ran into each other. Really threw off the timing of that play. So 3rd and 3. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the half. No timeouts left here for St. John, but plenty of time. 4 down territory. And there's a flag. It's a killer penalty there. So illegal formation or false start, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8.
By the way, does this smell like Chinese food to you right now? It does. That smells so good. I love Chinese food. Just the smell of it. I don't know. I got sidetracked. Right? I'm starting to get a little hungry. I had some cheeseburgers.
All right, big play here. Twins to the right, split to the left. 2 backs, little counter play again, and Central is all over it. And again, those backers are up in the line of scrimmage as soon as the ball snapped. Be 4th down and 10. We'll see if they elect to go for it or try to pin Central deep here and make them go the length of the field. It's about 2 minutes left here in the first half. Play clock's down to about 17. They're going to go ahead and send in their punt unit here. Somebody's got to get on the line. There you go. There's the punt. It's away, and there's a muff, and he steps out of bounds. So that looked dangerous there. It looked dangerous for Central with the muff, and then it looked dangerous for St. John until he stepped out of bounds with his outside foot there. Looked like he had some space. Again, trying to situate this camera so we don't have to worry about window. Again, sorry if you're getting seasick. Looks like we got another penalty. They're going to push him back, make him punt again, as St. John has struggled with their punt coverage. I don't know what happened there. There was no penalty yardage.
How good of a quarterback you are, and how honestly you could be a quarterback with no skill and be a great leader and still win football. Absolutely. You don't need to be the guy who.
I don't know if Central called a timeout before that play. There wasn't a whistle.
5 yards, 10 yards, and perfect accuracy.
Again, we have a conference.
He couldn't throw it the farthest.
I think we're ready to go.
Very accurate. Yes. And he was a good leader. And he could help you and show you where to go. And we're going to get 4th and long here for the Dragons. We're going to repunt. Not entirely. We were talking the whole time, and the referees were together trying to figure out what happened. And maybe some movement, another false start on St. John. I think. Yeah, I think it was a false start. Okay.
We're going to go ahead and punt it now, it looks like. And good snap. And that punt is about going to be about a 20-yarder. Oh, maybe about a 15-yarder. Went off the side of Jack Farlow's foot. Usually Aiden punts. Hopefully he's okay.
Going back to the quarterbacks here, but we've really seen leadership down there. Mason Murphy and the Rebels. Coach Slice has always had a good quarterback. Every year he's been head coach. He's had that guy. Jake Bridges. His little brother Bridges. What was his name? Not just Jet. Jet Bridges. Now we're at the Casey Murphy.
Okay, Central, little swing pass out to Bryant, and good wrap there.
Finally brought down the game about
He gets out of bounds after a gain of about 6. He's 2nd down and 4. That was a good job there by the outside linebacker.
and teach and help your offense.
Yeah, you know, and looking back in the history of Central's program, which again, like you said, always a talented quarterback that is consistent, leads the team.
Yeah, and Jake Bridges, probably the best quarterback to ever play for Central. I mean, he played against Ezekiel.
Snap,
We know what he's
a
doing
little
right
sprint
now.
out to the left.
Murphy going out to his left, throws a deep
Murphy
bomb down the
deep to,
sideline and
ooh, had him.
incomplete.
It looked like he had a little push off there on
On the run, through
Jacob
a
Johns.
45-yard
Had the back out of the backfield, man-to-man against the inside linebacker. That's an offensive coordinator's dream to have an athlete like that against an inside linebacker, man-to-man down the field, but unable to execute. Pretty good coverage by Jacob, considering.
Very impressive arm, on this guy. He is able to throw the ball accurately and deep.
Yeah, Casey Murphy has really impressed me tonight. When I saw him week 1, I was very underwhelmed. Or not underwhelmed, but
Trips to the left, split to the right. One back to Murphy's left.
shotgun formation.
About a minute and 40 seconds left to go here in the first half, and he's going to run it up the middle, and he is going to be stuffed. Nice play. Oh, no, he got out of it,
But then gets out of it somehow, and
and he's still going.
to run down the sideline, the 30.
What a run
Oh, he was just running
by Murphy.
about the 40.
St. John had 3 guys there, had him wrapped up completely, stopped his forward progress. No whistle, though.
Something.
You got to keep going until you hear the whistle, and St. John did not do that. And now they find themselves in a position where they have to stop them to keep a running clock from happening coming out of the intermission.
Yeah. Underperformed, I guess is the word I was looking for.
And there's Murphy, drops back. Oh, and unable to bring him down was Will Vaughn. He now throws out to the right, and that's incomplete off the hands.
I thought it was a good ball on the run on the right side to opposite side where the quarterback should be if you're on the opposite hand. Only took 3 seconds off the clock. 2nd and 2 from their own or from the Dragon 39.
No, he's really getting a workout tonight.
Casey Murphy, yeah, he is.
He's moving the ball around. Really, like I said, just piecing up this thing.
I bet he's in the huddle like, all right, guys, this is what we're doing. You're in
So
there.
2nd down and 10.
Just run. After that big run,
Minute and a
just
half to
snap.
go here in the first half. Trips to the right, split to the left.
To the near side, 1 man alone on the far side.
And sprint out to the right side, and the lefty throws down the line or down the sideline, and Joe Bryant's going to score. And St. John just unable to tackle here in the second quarter.
And make it a 35-point lead and have a running clock in the second half.
Say the stop and go speed was just so quick.
See if they go for 2 here to make it a 35-point game
I thought he was going to get caught.
to get that running clock in the second half.
Step back when he did it in the basketball move, but that step back. I thought he was going to get caught. But that
It's
burst
typically what coaches will do.
of Mazda. He goes 0 to 30 in 1 second.
It's just so
And that's
impressive
definitely not what
watching-
Mazda does.
Watching these guys play together, you can see how well
Looks like they're going to go with the stack eye look, foot to foot on the offensive line.
We have a
And pass to the
formation here for the
back.
Rebels. They had about 6 men lined up in the backfield
the third back through, and he's going to score
here in the first half.
standing up, and that's going to make it 38-3, and that's going to give a running clock if Central cannot or if St. John cannot score here before half in the next 40 seconds.
That clock to be run. So Coach Schweiss coming out aggressive for the second quarter. They scored, let's see, at the end of the first, what was the score? Remember? 7-3. So they scored 31 unanswered points. No, 38 unanswered points because it was 3-0. They scored 38 unanswered points.
Yeah, it's so impressive to see what this Central team has been able to do in the second quarter. We've been talking of the whole second quarter about getting that running clock in the second half on both offenses. And I think if you're a listener, you got to understand the importance of that because with the previous game play of St. Anne, again, they're not out of this game. I mean, it's a dominant second half for Central, but you still have first half. Sorry,
Yeah, no,
for
you're
Central,
fine.
but you come out of the second half and you still have plenty of time. It could very well. I don't see it happening because Central is a very tough team in all ways. But it's happened before.
It definitely has. And it
All right, so 40 seconds to go.
There's a lot of time left in this ball game. But the problem is now that the new rules this year by Misha is you have a running clock in the entire second half when you leave after.
There's a short kick taken there.
It was only in the fourth quarter.
Ooh, that's out of bounds hit, right?
And the Dragons
No?
about the 42-yard line after the kickoff.
Wow.
21 seconds left in the first half.
No call. That's Chris Castorena on the return. Got it up to about the 43-yard line, so we're going to see if Aiden can make something happen here. No timeouts with 38 seconds to go here in the first half.
Yeah, and hearing him talk pre-game, he knew what St. John was coming here and what he needed to do, and I think he wanted to set the
Going with the double tight end to the right, little counter again, up the middle, and that's going to be stopped, and I think St. John's going to elect to take this one into halftime. Try to regroup, come back out in the second half as Central's going to get the ball first, up by 35.
On the halftime clock, it's always different. Every game I've been to, they've changed it. Like one time they put on 15 minutes, one was 20, one was 25.
This one could very well be a long half on homecoming.
Yeah.
All right, so St. John's going to take it into half, trailing 38-3. Rough first half for St. John, but we'll see what Coach Pope and the coaching staff can come up with from a adjustment perspective and see if we can come out and have a little more competitive second half with a little bit of fire in the bellies. And we will take a break. Halftime score 38-3, Central leading St. John. 3/4. All right, we're getting ready for kickoff here in the second half. Brian Schwint back to do the honors, and there's the kick down to about the 13-yard line, fielded by Central, and somehow he got out of that mess. That was Bryant. He was getting ready to bounce it out and go to the house, but they said his knee was down, and Central will take over first down and 10 at the 26-yard line.
I lost him on the punt return touchdown. I was just like, where is he? Oh, there he is. He's the one running at 20 miles per hour.
So let's see how St. John responds coming out of half. 38-3 game, running clock until St. John scores.
Penalty, timeout, or an injury, or a touchdown. Touchdown stops this one. Other than that, there's already a minute left the clock. We haven't even got one snap in the second half. Trips to the near side, first team though, still out there for the Rebels.
And there's a pass out to the left side, and that's Horton, and he's going to get about 5 yards. Be second down and 5. Not many highlights that first half for St. John. Brian Schwinn had a 28-yard field goal. First score of the game for either team. And then after that, it was all Central. Tucker Reed. Ooh, nice tackle there. Looks like Gabe Willett. Gabe Willett was half of that tackle. Mason Nix may have been the other half. And it's going to be third down and 4. But as I was saying, Tucker Reed, 70 yards on 3 catches to lead the way offensively. But nobody able to get into the end zone for St. John, and they find themselves trailing 38-3 here in the third quarter with the running clock as Park Hills has their first possession of the half, third down and 3. Murphy rolls out, and the lefty rolls to his right and throws with his left hand, and he completes it. Good enough for a first down. That's going to take him inside St. John territory at about the 48-yard line, it looks like. And that'll be first and 10 for Central as the clock continues to wind. So first and 10. Murphy in the shotgun. It's Jalen Welch to his left. Welch is Deshaun's little brother. Deshaun was a running back for probably 4 years. I think he started as a freshman. Really good running back here for Park Hills over the last few years. And now it looks like his little brother is set to take over in the future at some point as he's seeing his first action of the night.
I don't know how Lacey Welch is just consistently getting these Welches out here on the field and making them all produce for the Rebels. Tyrese Welch was a star for Central. Deshaun Welch, the best running back we've seen in the area ever for any of these schools.
And there's Murphy. Oh, Murphy looked like he had some room there and just dropped the ball, slipped out of his hands. It's going to make it a third down and 12. We got trips to the left. Third down and 12. Here comes motion to the backfield. Handoff on the jet sweep. And a lot of room there. And he's going to get about 12 yards. 11 yards, they'll say. It's going to bring up a fourth down and 1 inside St. John territory. So probably a situation where they'll try to go for it, run some more clock. Look for a run up the middle here. Maybe another jet sweep, as they've had a lot of success with that play here tonight. They got Bryant and Welch in the backfield. May try to draw them off sides here as well. We'll see. And there's the handoff, off tackle,
That's Joe Bryan again.
and that's Bryant. He's going to get about 13 yards.
I think we're seeing the difference of speed. St. John is fast. They move well. But in comparison, compared to Aiden Butcher, the speed is just way different gameplay.
And I think another thing that hurt St. John this game is you don't have your best player, Caden Flock.
Yeah,
Caden Flock is phenomenal.
yeah, and that's a setback. That's a team morale when you go into a game. He's the best guy, and we're playing one of the best teams.
Yeah. I mean, every
So 6 minutes to go here in the second quarter as it's already halfway done.
shotgun formation.
And there's the handoff to Welch, and he's hit about 2 yards downfield. Bring up a second down and 8.
Yard or two. 6 minutes, already 6 minutes off the clock here in the third quarter. About a 3-yard gain, you'd say, for Jalen Welch.
Looking at them as a junior, still got a little time to get some plays underneath him there. Yep. Looks like he's a pretty speedy guy. So behind us, we all
Some scores from around the area. Potosi's up 34-7 over Fredericktown. You know, St. John plays Potosi next week. That's not going to be an easy contest,
5'7".
especially after the way this game has gone tonight. Farmington 43-0.
Shotgun formation for Casey Murphy. Looking
As
down
Murphy
field,
looks
Joe Bryant
deep in the
going up,
corner,
coming down with it.
and he makes the catch.
Oh my gosh! We just saw Joe Bryant put Devin Fly in the baby carriage. 5:32 to go here in the third.
Bryant with the touchdown reception.
Just mossed the man in the end zone, hitting an extra point. The Rebels on top, 44-3.
throw the jump ball. I don't think there's anybody on this field that's out jumping him.
Yeah, there isn't.
Basketball star out there.
Yeah.
You know, when you throw the ball in the corner of the end zone, he's going to
This match all day for Joe Bryant out there in the end zone, and the clock will stop. It's a 41-point lead for the Rebels, so it will begin to tick away once again. Once we get ready for kickoff, this game will be over.
Central lines up for the PAT. There's a snap. There's a whistle. Somebody jumped offside.
And I'll finish that one quickly. The skill and athleticism of Joe is just unmatched all over this field. The power that he had of him to pull that block back into himself, it's just so impressive to watch him play.
And looks like confusion on the field. Both special teams have stayed out. No signal yet from the referees. And penalties decline. Kick is good. 45-3. A 42-point lead for the Rebels. 5:25 left.
So 45-3.
Yeah, I think at this point, running clock, Central is scoring at will.
Yeah.
There's no stopping it at this point. You can see them just pouring it on. You're seeing a lot of the JV guys coming on the field, put some time in. And as soon as they get to a third down, Joe gets back out there on the field, ready to play, get the first down or a touchdown.
Joe Bryant's really been a Swiss Army knife for the Central running team. He got him started with the return touchdown, then a rushing touchdown, now a receiving touchdown. Mama, where is this man?
I know. What else can they ask?
Yeah.
On defense, he's just crushing it as well.
I mean, Mama, where is this team? Or even, where is this
There's a
team?
little pooch kick,
Everybody's been talking about
and that's
that
fielded
we've
by
been talking about.
Castrena again as they continue to kick to him, and that's going to be 1st and 10 for St. John at the 39-yard line.
When you're playing the other 4-0 team in the area, all week people have talked about it. Again, as we've said all game, St. John can win this one, St. John can win this one, and then you look at the score. And it's not just luck of the draw, it's not penalties anymore. That's not happening. It's just Central taking the ball and getting where they want to go.
And it looks like we're seeing I hate to say this, but grown men against kids. Central's just been more physically dominant. And
I don't know what that was.
Boyer falls on it, and the Dragons are just a mess
I think that must have hit his leg or his thigh.
Pop that thing in there. You want to jam his, I mean, you don't want to jam his finger, but you want to put that in the palm of his hand. You don't want to just lollipop it in there.
Yeah, and as we're watching this, it makes you wonder how many guys are playing both sides of the ball. I mean, if you're the St. Jim's, you have the defensive line coming on and playing some offense on the ball there. You got to be worn down, trying to keep up this Central offense. And just the morale of this game, this is the first time they've ever been down this season this big.
Yeah.
And have been handled this well by another team. So overall, they're probably thinking, let's get this.
All right, so we got it squared away here. Second down and 18.
Let's go.
There's the motion coming across the formation, and Coach Pope's going to call a timeout as the play clock was winding down.
Stop. Okay, if you're calling a timeout in the third quarter, you think this game's over. Because you're losing by 42 points. And call a timeout in the third. Because if you're any type of a two-score game, you save your timeouts till the fourth quarter.
I would say that you're looking as a coach here, you're keeping your guys and saying, hey, we're still in this, we're still fighting, push hard. But as a coach, you're looking into, okay, what can I do to preserve some of these guys for next week? What can we do to better this game? See what we can change a little bit, see what works a little better. I don't think you're going to make a comeback with being down so hard. But,
So St. John comes back on the field.
things for your team here. You can say, hey, this is what
Second down and 17.
make some changes, see what works well against this Central team that's played so well against other teams. And you use this to your advantage as best you can.
I think this is a perfect time also. You're up by 42, or for Coach Spice as well, you're up by 42. Get some of those kids that are fighting for a spot on the starting D. Like
Boyer out to fly,
they were playing for the Friday Night Lights.
and Devin gets about a yard before he's tackled, bring up a third and long.
Absolutely. Seeing that there, again, Central to the ball. Once again, they throw that out there on the flat. Central's on top of it. And with you just saying that, I think it's such an awesome feeling as a guy that doesn't get a whole lot of starting playing time. You're hearing homecoming probably most of the family are here. They get to watch
Exactly.
play on the sideline.
Like, I don't know, like let the seniors who don't play a lot play. It's their last homecoming. In the fourth quarter, let them ball out for 12 minutes.
Absolutely.
So we got trips to the left. Butcher motions, bellies out to the left side. Aiden rolls to the right with the one receiver side, throws it over Tucker Reed's head. Looked like he had Devin coming open across the middle of the field, but a little too much pressure there on Aiden. Got rid of the ball, didn't take the sack, and they're going to have to punt here on 3rd and 17.
So uncomfortable in the backfield that Aiden Boyer, one of the most athletic quarterbacks in the area, is going to look like he couldn't start for another split second. And whatever BJ Jones has dialed up on defense has worked perfectly against this scoring 55-point per game offense. They've looked perfect on defense.
And with 2 minutes left, there's the punt.
Punt as well. It's going to get out of bounds at about the 30.
And it's going to get a good St. John roll, and they're going to Central take over about the 32-yard line.
Good punt there. Keep it out of Job's hands. If you're St. Jim, you're telling your punter, hey, keep it out of bounds.
Yeah, I'm not giving Joe Bryant the football.
Yeah, we're going to keep him out of there.
Yeah, but we have 1:45 to go here on third quarter clock. Looks like the starting offense is still coming out there for Central. See, this is what I don't understand. Why you don't put your second team out there. And you by having 42 points. Even if you do give up a score, you still got to run it. Let your guys ball out, man. Shotgun formation, trips to the right side. Joe Bryant.
There's a blitz there by Butcher. Ooh, that's dangerous play as
Got some laundry out there.
Bryant ended up looking to throw the ball there, kind of flipped it forward. Could have ended up just about in anybody's hands.
Watch on Apple TV Plus. I know that's what I'll be doing after the game.
Absolutely. Hey, there's a couple home run races going on in the MLB right now.
Yeah, Aaron Judge close to Roger
Dude,
Maris.
Yeah.
61.
He's staying
At
outside.
60, right? Or
Or is that 60? So
So-
he can break the record.
yeah. So, man,
If you're,
I was hoping
Looks like they got a face mask on that play.
just because I don't want a guy who took steroids.
15-yard penalty.
always good to see a guy who puts the work in.
Yeah.
Be the guy who breaks the record.
Cheated.
Don't get wrong, Bonds
1 minute left here in the fourth quarter.
1 minute now. But that's what I tell a lot of people when I talk about Barry Bonds or anything. It's like, yeah, he cheated to have more power, but at the same time, you're hitting
Third quarter.
310, hitting
What did I say?
60, 50, 70 home runs a year. You still have to be able to swing the bat the right way to hit the baseball.
There's the snap. Pass to the outside, and again, missed tackle by St. John. Butcher missed the tackle. Give him credit. Stuck with it. Got back up. Ran down the play from the backside. He's second down and 3. They're going to let the clock run out here. Be the end of the third quarter. So we'll go into the fourth quarter, 45-3. So looking forward for St. John. We got Potosi next week. That game will be at home. We got a volleyball game next Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Monday and Thursday will be at home. So we'll bring you those games on SG Dragon TV. Getting into conference play for those girls. They had a couple really big wins this week. They beat 2 good teams. Saxony Lutheran beat them in 5 sets. And then they beat DeSoto on Thursday. DeSoto's a much improved volleyball squad this year. They've played a really tough schedule. They're 10-2-2 on the season. The girls golf team has 2 matches next week. They've been much improved. Set a school record earlier this year for lowest score in program history. Lainey Yamnitz was the first ever winner of SGHS Athlete of the Week. Got her WWE belt. We had that slide for you to show you, but when we lost everything before the game, it was gone. And quick little pass there, and that's going to bring up 4th down, probably a punting situation for Central. Excuse me, 3rd down.
That's why I never buy milk, because I know I'm going to use it.
Feels like 4th down, doesn't it? It's been a long night. These games with these point spreads are tough to handle in the second half, and that's about all we've had since the first week of the season. And there's the direct snap, and good hit there. Bryant Schwint hits him and drives him back. Wow. And that's a wrestler, folks. Knows how to use leverage. That was an impressive stick there by that young man. So they're sending somebody back, and that's got to be a penalty. Well, they didn't call it. The 18 radio stations here that you probably hear in the background, everybody saw it except for the 5 officials on the field. Looks like there was a penalty on that. 5-yard penalty, and Central's going to keep the ball.
Now it's second team. Oh, coming out. There we go. That's what we were talking about. You know, seeing some of these guys get in there, get some snaps. I think
Landon Whitfield is out there at quarterback, number 18.
All right, so here we go. We got 2s versus 2s now, as the white hat picks up the flag that was thrown on the prior play.
Whistles are blowing. What's going on here?
looks like we got a challenge from the official here from St. John's coach.
Coach Pope's not excited. Definitely doesn't look happy. Clock stops at 9:08.
Yeah, you're already down big. You don't want plays like that, guys. If you're the opposing coach.
You know, the crazy thing about that whole penalty, I don't even know what the penalty call was, but that was a false start on that play that everybody saw. They didn't call. And then somehow St. John ends up penalized 5 yards. I have no idea.
Or do you go out on your sword with your team? I guess that's
So here's the little counter play by Central, and nice job there.
picked up manhandling in the backfield by Aiden Trollinger.
Hey, I'll tell you something I do like to see in a young quarterback like that.
Aiden Trollinger, good stick there in the hole on that counter tray. Read the pulling guards, came up as that inside linebacker, filled the gap, made a good play. So good job by Aiden, the senior, as we got a lot of fresh white jerseys out there now.
Because I want to know if Pools does anything. He's batting second tonight, by the way. Okay. Syracuse is playing Virginia.
There's the snap. It's taken up the middle, and quarterback wrestled down for a short gain on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 8.
Supposedly the Dodgers will be playing only left-handed pitchers against the Cardinals.
7.5 minutes.
We're going to throw you some meatballs here. All you got to do is see left field over there. Send that ball out there. I know the other day he singled to deep left. Oh my gosh, I was watching the game a couple days ago, and he hit one so far, and he did like his no doubt look where he like puts his bat down and stands up for a second. I was like, oh my god, no way! And it was literally 3 feet away from the home run.
Oh, my goodness.
We were playing the Padres, so it was probably yesterday.
Yeah.
All right, we got trips to the left.
Oh my gosh, fans have been awesome.
And little quarterback lead play, and that's going to be stuffed up the middle, gain of about 1 maybe. Going to bring up a 4th down and 6.
Clock now gets under 7 minutes to go. It said 7 o'clock. But I went to the Cardinal game where it was Pujols' first home run back at Busch since 2011. Arenado hit one, and then Pujols hit one back to back. Oh man, it was so electric.
Well, the atmosphere for St. Louis baseball is just
Best fan base ever.
you can't match that. I've never been anywhere else that is even close. And when you get a guy like that, it's coming back to his home team. That's what you want. And he's just such a
Yeah.
good individual for that.
Oh my gosh, one of the best dudes ever in Major League history.
Oh.
Just humble guy.
Looks like we got a false start here on Central.
Another penalty.
Yep.
Going to bring up
Also,
4th and 11.
Clock's still running, so it doesn't stop all penalties. But I don't know if you saw, but his 697 home run ball, a lady caught it, and she was just going to give him the baseball. And
So we do have a deep guy back here to receive this punt.
he gave her like 3 more side baseballs.
So many athletes, I wish could only have that stature. Because these young men out here on this field tonight are looking at the same athletes that
Yes.
we're watching on Sundays, that we're watching play baseball.
Yeah.
We need more of that, in our world.
Yeah, and that's really a problem nowadays. We don't really have guys like Albert Pujols, Yachty, Paul Goldschmidt even is a really humble dude.
There's the snap, and kicks away.
Back to return for the Dragons is, I believe, Devin Fly, and he gets pushed out of bounds. But I believe Goldschmidt is up for the Clemente Award, which is
Punt was returned to about the 25-yard line. Not sure who that was back there. Again, really tough on the numbers, especially for these guys that haven't been playing all night.
Oh,
5 minutes to go in this contest. There's a little run to the outside. Oh, he's got all kinds of space there. Oh, and that's got to be a 15-yarder. Hayden Ford, good run there. Good job by the offensive line. Huge hole. Some scores from around the area again. Potosi 34-7, still leading Fredericktown. Farmington's up big over one of the St. Louis public magnet schools up north. Central obviously is winning here. Perryville 34-21 over Grandview as Perryville looks for their first win of the season. Valley up 67-7 over St. Vincent. There's the handoff again to Ford, and Ford's got room, and he's going to be tackled at the 21-yard line as it's going to be 1st and 10. Windsor's 21-6 over DeSoto. Hillsborough 58-21 over Festus. And then North County 35-26 over Battle, of good Class 4 team out of Jefferson City. There's the run, this time to the left side, and again, big hole there by Hayden Ford to run through. Nice job by the O-line up there. Down to 2.5 minutes. Got to get my head in front of the camera in order to see the scoreboard. I apologize.
This is a good time for you to find some guys that you didn't expect to play. Like this guy might get some playing time now. It's showing him because he's been running really good with this offense.
Yeah, he's powerful. And that's something for St. Jim tonight.
There's a snap, lead play up the middle, and brought down is Luke Ferrano.
I was like watching it.
Young freshman, good-looking athlete. Appears to be the heir apparent to take over for Aiden after Aiden graduates this year.
St. Jim's gameplay was misdirection and around the end. I think they've had a lot of speed in the past. They're playing such a physical, fast team.
1 minute and 50 seconds. 3rd down and 5. See if they go back to that little off-tackle run as they run across formation. There it is, but penetration by the defense. And as Hayden Ford took the handoff, he was tackled immediately. And that'll bring up 4th down and 10, as that was a huge loss on the play, loss of 5. And this, if they do not convert this 1st down, will probably be the last play of the game. And Ferrano, he rolls to the left, and he is swallowed up by the central defensive end there. And that should be the last play of the game, as it's going to take them a while to spot the ball and set the chains. And it's going to be under 40 seconds, so that will be it. We'll not have to snap the ball again. As the teams are going to go to midfield, they'll shake hands. And we will see you Monday night at Peggy J. Johnson Gymnasium. We'll be there to bring you the volleyball game, and then again on Thursday evening, and then back at Dragon Stadium Friday night for the football game against Potosi. Final score here tonight, 45-3, St. John falls to Park Hills. And we want to thank you for tuning in, and have